What's up, Buffalo Bill fans? I know what you're asking. Why didn't you do a video last week after they won? Well, it'd have been easy for me to come on and pat myself on the back or pat them on the back and say this, that, the other thing. Um, and again, this week, like similar to the last 3 weeks, they were in the game right to the end and couldn't pull it out. The offense was terribly sloppy today, unbalanced, and by unbalanced I mean they just couldn't run the ball effectively, and that's what you saw from the Jets. They were able to run the ball effectively, and they just totally destroyed Justin Rogers. The guy, if you Bills fans, I'm really pissed off with a lot of Bills fans. I'm extremely pissed off because I want to talk about I hate front runners and I hate people who want to go rah rah when the sun is shining, but when their team is down by a touchdown or a field goal or they're I've had Patriot fans bitch to me. Don't fucking bitch to me. You've How many games have you won on average for the last 10 years? How many Super Bowls have you been to? And Bills fans want to whine and bitch about play call. Please. The coaches don't sit there and say, we're going to call this play and it's probably not going to work. It's never happened. They designed the plays to work, and when they're not executed correctly, that's on the players. EJ made some bad decisions, but he had no protection, and they couldn't run. Yes. But they were still in the game. They had the game tied. Best drive of the game, and then the corner that's been getting lit up goes out there and gives up another one down the field. Looks totally clueless. The guy should not be in the NFL. So if you want to sit there and then, this is the most infuriating thing, now you're getting these idiot Bills fans are saying, oh, the Bills made the wrong choice. Oh, they should have drafted Geno. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It didn't take a minute before the regurgitating, like a fair weather fan, spur of the moment, what's hot right now, microwave thinking sports fan to come out of the fucking woodwork and say, hey, we should have drafted this guy. He had a better game. It's a week-to-week league. Go look at how great Geno looked last week against the Pats when he's throwing 3 interceptions. He didn't look terribly great. He burnt a crappy corner a couple of times. His receivers made some good plays on a ball. EJ didn't make a few good plays on a ball. Deep. Okay. Still, the game was tied. What do you want? They were able to run the ball more effectively. That's not EJ's fault. He was running for his life, and I'm not saying he didn't play. He didn't play a good game. He didn't. He didn't play a good game. This is the poorest game he's played as a pro, but he's still got them back in the game. Threw a touchdown pass, converted the 2-point conversion. He didn't get torched. It's a difficult thing when you're constantly playing from behind the 8 ball. And in that league, they've been in the game every week in the fourth quarter. Every week. You know, their defense has been solid. They suffered a ton of injuries today. CJ went out. And I'm really starting to question his toughness. I don't know, something about CJ, he's just not gritty enough for me. I like CJ. He's very explosive, but it seems like he gets mentally taken out of a game when he can't pop a big one early. When he can't get off early, he just seems totally frustrated, and he starts dancing back there, and he just doesn't use his patience, wait for something to happen, and go. It's something that I'm starting to see from him, and I hope his injury's not serious because they need him. They do need him. You know, let me go back and preface what I was saying about him. They do need him to be a good team because he's dynamic. When he can break one, he can go. Darius, again, I hope he's not serious. Carrington got carted off, and when somebody gets carted off, you know, maybe it's a knee, maybe it's a sprain, hopefully, maybe it's nothing serious, but, you know, those things happen. Nobody's going to be sending them, like Pettin said, nobody's sending them Christmas cards or I'm sorry, or condolences cards in the mail for these injuries. Everybody's got them. Nobody wants them, and you're guaranteed to get them. That's just the way it is in the NFL. I mean, McKelvin, I mean, in an already mash unit secondary, who got even worse. It was just, it was bad in terms of those things, but they were still in the game. So if you want to sit there and talk about play calling, spare me. The game was tied. Execution of whatever, because by the time the play is run, we have no idea what the play call was because the protections probably changed, the routes have been shortened or lengthened, and then you have 11 other guys and probably 20 other coaches on the sideline who are trying to stop you. People want to talk about great. I've never heard a play work and say, that was a great play call. No, the players made the play happen. But when a play doesn't work, it's like, oh, the play call sucked. Please. And this whole thing with after a couple of games, oh, after this game, it's like, oh, we should have drafted this guy. Please. Just don't be a fan of sports anymore. Play your fantasy league, count your stats, and then just basically go jump because you're not a sports fan. People are instant gratification on every level anymore. If the guy doesn't win now and be great and win my fantasy league and yada yada yada, you want to just broad stroke something. I'm not saying EJ played a great game. He didn't. But he's 3 games into his career. You're going to now just basically write him off? Stop. Just stop. Please, you're just, and I understand people on these days, and I know I'm a little bit excited, they have a little too much to drink, and they become way, way over dramatic. But come on. That's a joke. That is a serious joke. If you're going there already. It's a week-to-week league, the NFL. Week-to-week in that everybody loved DJ last week. Now this week he's, oh my God. What's the difference? 1 week they won, 1 week this week they lost. And that's the difference. So fans wanna pound their chest when they win, and then they wanna throw egg on their face when they lose. And I know Bills fans, I am one, I've been one, will always be one, will continue to be one. I know we're impatient. I know we're starving for winning, but I don't think people realize how big of a job this is, getting this back on the right track. It's not easy. We all got what we wanted. We got a new quarterback. How would you have felt about today if it was Fitzpatrick out there playing like that? And he's fully capable of doing that. He's fully capable of going out there getting sacked and being inaccurate. He was fully capable. That's a 31-year-old quarterback. Yep, Bills fans were hoping for playoffs. Now we got a quarterback who's 23 years old, 3 games into his career, and he's instantly not the right guy. I mean, please. Please. I mean, even the writers on for certain Bills publications and stuff with their opinions about the game. Here's a key, and I know I'm all over the place. When you're trying to enjoy a game, and I mean legitimately enjoy a game, stay off Twitter, because Twitter is a myriad of garbage during any kind of athletic competition, because all you get is a bunch of people who think they know everything commenting and critiquing every little thing that they see. It's terrible. Whether it's, oh, this one's bad, ooh, start to one. I mean, I've seen it all today. It was horrible. And you know what? Remove all that bullshit. They still had tied the game up 20-20. One cornerback who got torched for 2 touchdowns, one to start the game, the one that ended up really losing him the game, 2 pass interferences, and another big pass play he gave up. So go look at how many yards Justin Rogers gave up today in terms of penalties and receiving yards, and then the 2 touchdowns. And I think they ended up getting a field goal off of another. So, come on. It has nothing to do with the hurry up. It has nothing to do with play calling. And that's, again, EJ did not have a good game, but he had a good enough game to have him tied. There you go. And that's it, Bills fans. It's a young season, and it's week to week. I'm not gonna sit there and I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, they've done this and that. They're gonna go out and lose against the Ravens. Why? Why do you assume that they're gonna go lose against the Ravens next week? It's just because they lost today. It's easy to say that. It's easy to say that they're gonna lose. You could just, when you lose, and when you have a losing culture like they had, it's easy to sit there and say they're going to win every game. But they've been in every game that they've played. They've been in every game, and that's just the facts. They've been in every game and had a chance to win every game they've played this year. Those are the facts. My thing is they have to get out to a hotter start and stop with this second half stuff. They have to get out there and start going a little. They have to lather up a lot quicker than they have been, because they seem like they're dragging their feet in the first half and settling for field goals early, not punching the ball in for touchdowns, and then they're getting their backs against the wall late. And they've come through in one of the games and had a chance to do it in a couple others. The Patriots game, same thing. All the bullshit surrounding the Patriot game. Just put together a drive. That's it. Put together a drive. That's all they had to do. Carolina, they got the ball back, they drove down, scored a touchdown, won. They did it. This week, one of their cornerbacks goes down. The other guy would have been starting anyway. He got destroyed, completely lit up. And I don't know, hopefully their injury situation is okay. Hopefully Gilmore gets back a little sooner than later, because Justin Rogers should not be on the field in any way, shape, or form. I think after a game like that, that might mentally cripple a player like that, and he was not good to begin with. The guy, I don't know if he should be in the NFL, but after a game like that, you might be mentally completely fried, because he looks totally lost out there and played like it. All right, Bills fans, don't let this get you too down. Don't let this get you too down. Just, it is what it is. They didn't get blown out. It wasn't the home opener of last year with all this fake hope. There is still hope. It's early. 14 weeks left. I'm including the bye week. Just let's see what happens. Anything could happen. Anything. We've seen 5-1, 5-2 go to 6-10. And 7-9. Let's see what happens. It's 1-2. Easily could be 3-0. Easily could be 0-3. That's the NFL. Handful of plays. 2-3 plays win all three of those games. Either way. All right, Bills fans, I've rambled on enough. It's a crappy way to start the week. Everybody's gonna just talk about the little minutiae and try to break all the little things. Nope. Comes down to one player got destroyed defensively, destroyed, and totally lost the game. Quarterback didn't play great, but he played good enough to have him tied, and sometimes that's good enough. All right, Bills fans, have a good one. Take care. Don't get too down. Got a game next week. Hopefully they can pull it together.